here tonight. And heat race number one of one will look like this. It will be the 30 of Ken Klinkowski on point, along with the 5 of Tiger Chapman. Row number 2, Logan Crisafulli in the 88, along with the Z28 of Tucker Donath. Row number 3, it will be Josh Verne Jr. in the 1, along with the 27 of Matt Billings. Lee Ladouceur aboard the number 51 will join this group as well. Of course, Tyler Cartier, 360 car out on the racetrack, just trying to get some track time and get some laps in. This season with the Panther Framework 602 Crate Sprint Cars, this is heat race number 12 on the season. Logan Crisafulli has dominated the heat action this year and will be able to brag and say that he has won the most qualifying heat races this year, 6 in total in 2022. Josh Verne Jr. second on the list with 3, then it's Ryan Poole and Jonah Mutton. Speaking of Ryan Poole, congratulations to Ryan on winning the Thousand Islands RV Crate Sprint Car Track Championship at Brockville last week, picking up his first ever track title. And we mentioned Tyler Cartier is a 360 car, so he'll be hanging back about a half track away from this heat event, doing a couple laps here. So Ken Klinkowski and Tucker Donath on the front row for this one. LeClaire will look him over off of turn number 4. Green lights are on. Oh, and car's up in the air. Lee Ladouceur goes for a ride through the infield and collects one of the sponsor signs down here on the front straightaway. Him and Tucker Donath and a few other drivers got together. And Ladouceur, a hard hit down there. We'll take a look at the replay here on Dirt Track Digest TV. It started right on the front straightaway on the initial start. Klinkowski and Tucker Donath got together. Klinkowski got turned right in front of the field, forced Donath into Josh Verne Jr., and Lee Ladouceur tried to avoid, nowhere to go, and Ladouceur right there into the signs down on the inside, hit the Whitesboro Plow Shop sign. Ladouceur out of the car. He is okay, but a long way to travel from Alexandria and a tough break for him. But hopefully he can get it fixed and come back. Of course, they are off tomorrow at the Brockville Speedway, so he is doesn't have to worry about getting the car ready to go racing tomorrow. He will be there tomorrow to running a Dirt Car 358 modified, though. Of course, Lee's dad, Laurent Ladouceur, former 6-cylinder late model champion here, and he won the track championship in the Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car 358 Modifieds in 1990 as well. One of his 3 track titles that year. Also won it at Autodrome Edelweiss and Cornwall Motor Speedway. So Tucker Donath and Lee Ladouceur will require some attention to get out of the infield there and back to pit road. Again, next week, final point night for all divisions here at the Can-Am Speedway. Track titles are still on the line, especially in the Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman. We'll take a look at the point standings here as the drivers are going to come to a stop here on the front straightaway as we get these Wounded rides back to pit road. We'll check out the points in the Whitesboro Plow Shop Dirt Car 358 Modifieds. Tim Fuller has a commanding lead right now, 78 on Ryan Bartlett coming into this evening's program. Fuller at 6:56, Bartlett at 5:78. Billy Dunn third at 5:38, Lance Willix fourth at 5:35, and Sean Shaw fifth at 5:32. Jordan McCready, who's got a win here this year, is sixth at 5:28. Seventh is Derek Webb at 5:23. Taylor Caprera eighth at 4:88. Ninth is Scott Webb at 4:82, and Tyler Meeks completes the top 10 at 4:75. We talked about the Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman points. It is tight. Tyler Corcoran at 5:95. Mike Fowler second at 5:92. Gavin Isley third at 5:55. Dave Rogers fourth at 5:52. Tyler Stevenson fifth at 5:32. Sixth in points is Ryan Shanahan at 5:18. Remington Ham seventh at 5:16. Eighth is Eric Dyer at 5:11. Brian Hudson ninth at 5:02. Jessica Power 10th at 4:98. So it's really close from 6th on back to 10th in the Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman. As we check out the Fabco Dirt Car Pro Stocks, it is Bruno Richard atop the leaderboard at 3:42. Eli Gilbert second at 3:18. Tyler Bushy third at 3:12. Justin White fourth, the defending track champion at 3:04. And Kevin Federley Jr. fifth at 2:38. Panther Framework 6:02 Crate Sprint. 16 points separate the top two in this one. Josh Verne Jr. leads the way at 6:10. Logan Crisafulli second at 5:94. Ken Klinkowski third at 5:30, Jordan Bennett fourth at 3:44, and Tucker Donath fifth at 3:10. Donath Motorworks Limited Sportsman, it is Owen Nyer, the point leader at 6:06. Keegan Nyer second at 5:82. Paul DeRutter is third at 5:70. Joe Triccolo is fourth at 4:84. Alan McDonald completes the top five at 4:44. Marcia Gibbons TLC Real Estate Thunder Cars pretty much wrapped up as Joe Orvis will get his second career track championship here at Can-Am at 650 points over Chuck Monica second at 542. Justin McIntyre third at 518. Anthony St. Mary Jr. fourth now at 516. Justin Burns completes the top five at 512. OJ White sixth at 511. Francis White seventh at 486. Austin Smith eighth at 471. Jock Simons ninth at 428. Tony Frezzo, not here with us tonight, is 10th at 392. So that's how the championship looks in all six divisions here at Can-Am. And you see the unique way we had to lift Lee Laddiser's car up with the tow truck here to get him off the speedway.
We got some water on the bottom of turn 4. If you can run through that for us, please.
Again, next week, it will be the Night of Champions here at the Can-Am Speedway, September the 2nd, next Friday. Championships will be crowned in all divisions. The Whitesboro Plow Shop Dirt Car 358 Modifieds, Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman, Fabco Dirt Car Pro Stocks. This Panther Framework 602 Crate Sprint Car Division will crown a champion, the Donath Motorworks Limited Sportsman, and Marcia Gibbons TLC Real Estate Thunder Cars as well. Racing gets underway as always at 7 o'clock. Hot laps will begin at around 6:30. Pit gates open at around 4 o'clock. And, of course, spectator gates open at around 5 p.m. Get here early. Get yourself a good seat. It's going to be a great night of racing here at the Speedway. And I'll be here. The regular casting colorful crew will be up here as well. Mike LeClaire is going to be here whipping the flags up top on the flag stand. No, you're not going to. You're taking the night off? All right. Who are we going to get in place of you? Want to get my dad? Yeah, okay. White flag will be displayed. We did not get a lap in that one, so 6 laps are still remaining on the speedway here for the Panther Framework 602 Crate Sprint Cars. Logan Crisafulli looking for his 7th heat win of the season. He would trade all of those heat wins, I'm sure, for one more feature win and be a little bit closer to Josh Verne Jr. and the points coming in tonight. But anything can happen. Still 1 week left on the season as green flag is back out and away we go. Logan Crisafulli to the lead. Matt Billings up to the 2 spot here as they work it down the back straightaway. Ken Klinkowski battling with Josh Verne Jr. back there 3rd and 4th as they work through 3 and 4 and across the line for lap number 1. Logan Crisafulli well in control down in front. Billings now will try to fend off the 30 of Klinkowski. 27 to Billings. That car doesn't sound like it's running up to par right now as they hit the back straightaway. Klinkowski closing in quickly on him down the back chute, as is Josh Verne Jr. Verne going to the inside lane. Oh, Verne spins as Klinkowski had that inside lane and was coming down the racetrack, and Verne got a little bit too low and looks like he might have stabbed the brakes to avoid hitting him and spun over there in between turn 3 and 4. So yellow lights are back on at lap number 2. Coming up after this, we'll have the one and only heat race for the Donath Motorworks Limited Sportsman. 6 drivers ready to go for 6 laps in that one. So Josh will try to get the car refired. Of course, Josh, 4 wins on the season. Picked up 2 in a row on May the 13th and May the 20th. Also grabbed 2 in a row on July 22nd and July 29th. Logan Crisafulli was the most recent winner in this division on August the 12th. White flag will be displayed. We are down to Logan Crisafulli, Matt Billings, and Ken Klinkowski in this one. Josh Verne Jr. looks like he is going to get back on the racetrack, and there we go. So green lights will be back on here in just a moment. 2 down, 4 to go. As they make the way up off of turn number 4, green lights back on, and we're back underway. And Logan Crisafulli again jumping out into the race lead. Billings and Verne get by for 2nd and 3rd. Ken Klinkowski back to 4th. As they head down the back straightaway, Josh Verne Jr. looking at the back of Matt Billings into turn number 3, trying to find the way by. Halfway home, 3 down, 3 to go. Verne right there trying to challenge Billings down in front as they hit turn 1 and 2. Verne likes the high side around this racetrack, but the way the speedway is, everybody's pretty well hammered down at the moment, and Verne trying to go hammer down and get by Matt Billings, and does so quite handily into turn number 3 and 4. Billings relegated to 3rd. Klinkowski is 4th with 2 laps left to go. Logan Crisafulli well out in front, enjoying over a straightaway lead right now over his closest title contender, that being Josh Verne Jr. in 2nd in the 1. Billings and Klinkowski completed. White flag in the air for Logan Crisafulli, looking for his 7th heat win of the season, and it would pretty much solidify him as the driver with the most heat wins this season all year long in this class. As they head through turns 3 and 4, checkered flag is out, no contest. Logan Crisafulli, domination in the Panther Framework 602 Crate Sprint Heat. He'll get the victory over Josh Verne Jr. Matt Billings will cross in position number 3 over Ken Klinkowski, and that will do it. The Panther Framework